Hello everybody, here we are, and let's just simply start this working on the project thing again. And yeah, overall setup is ready. Let's see how many things we can just simply accomplish this time. And where we were earlier, let me see. So we were somewhere here, things were being done like this. Selected shapes. Okay, the next thing that we actually have to do, that is making it making it what? Making it functional. So when it comes to actions, so copy, we don't really have copy. Okay, let's talk about this duplicate one. So over here I'm gonna have duplicate dot duplicate shape. So now if I just duplicate this, I get this here. Great. So this action is just simply called there, that's fine. So this is the one, and then we have order. So when okay, there was another thing as well, like we have to render this. That is fine. So let's just simply work on the sub menu as well. So when it comes to the sub menu, so on mouse enter, we are getting it like this. Okay, if someone is CL sub menu, let's see how it's gonna be like. This is not really being triggered, so in that case let me go a little. So now this sub menu is actually getting called. So what is the issue? Item dot sub menu definitely exists, but sub menu ref this is interesting. So ultimately what is happening over here, if I just simply get rid of this particular section, uncomment this and comment these two ones, so the offset doesn't really exist. To get the offset we need to have that, that is fine. So instead of depending on the offset, sub menu ref, the thing is that we are actually rendering it conditionally, right? So this may be available sometimes, this may not be there sometimes. That is what the problem is. And when it comes to this, that is why we have to sort of this is not gonna be present there to be used, and hence we will have to calculate it approximately. Any better way for this? Yeah, there is one, that is actually rendering the some menus as well, but they are gonna be visually hidden. That's not really a big deal. Yeah, we can go with this. So over here, instead of doing it like this, I'm actually gonna have visibility, and that's actually gonna be hidden if sub menu. So if sub menu, what was it dependent on earlier? Open sub menu, right? So if sub menu is open, so open sub menu is true. If sub menu is not open sub menu, but the value of this open sub menu can be string actually. So if open sub menu actually exists, in that case do nothing. Otherwise, if it is not open, so visibility is actually gonna be hidden. So this is gonna be undefined. Let's see. So now if I actually go with the previous way of just simply calculating the width and height, previous way in the sense, especially in this particular section only. Alrighty, so I'm gonna just simply comment this and uncomment this, and I'm gonna make sure that it runs when some menu ref dot current actually exists. We have to fix this a little. The last one should actually be somewhere in the middle. Okay, how can we fix this now? Alrighty, so it actually starts from here. So this is something we have to keep in mind. And that is all right for this one only, and other ones are just simply straightforward. So yeah, we have to fix this. How can we do that now? First of all, yeah, it is working great. So right now we don't really need to even better than this, we can just simply get the rect for this as well. So we have the rect for what? We have the rect for the shape where we actually click. And this is the sub menu ref. So this is different one, right? Sub menu means what? Even I'm getting confused right now. What is sub menu in here? Sub menu is this, and inside that I have all the menu items. So we get the width and height of it. That is okay. But this doesn't mean that this is the main selection menu ref. Selection menu ref and sub menu, that's okay, they are the different ones. That's fine. Coming back to this one, what we actually have to do here, the sub menu position that's being assigned over here, this needs to change, especially when some menu label is different. So what is the label for that? Copy paste some menu label change order, not this one either. Align. So if the label is actually aligned, in that case we have to do something or the other. So the label is which one? Yeah, so over here what I have to do, if label some menu, just a sec, we are getting the not like this, then we are rendering the menu item separately over here, and we are rendering the sub menu separately over here, and now so when I am hovering on align, so this is where I have to do something. So this is the divider, this is the overall. Items divider and this, that is fine. And if the item dot label, then we have to set something. So whenever we handle mouse enter, so whenever we enter, at that time I pass what? Handle mouse enter. At that time I'm passing the item over here. What I actually have to do, that is x and y, right? We have to return the value of x and y, but they needs to be changed. So set menu label is great. So over here what I'll do, if item dot label, if that's triple equals to label dot to lowercase, if that's triple equals to align, in that case let's just simply pass the same as of right now, sub menu x colon sub menu x. We have to just make some changes over here. So if that's actually equals to align, then x should not be, the value of x should be the same, yes or no? Yeah, x will be the same, but the y will not be. So I think I'd better do this thing for y here. Y should ideally be changing, so y, and similarly y is gonna be over here, and if that's actually equals to align, so the y should be plus height. So we already know the sub menu's height, so that should be subtracted. So sub menu y minus sub menu height. So this is how it's gonna be going on. Let me see if it is good or not. This is fine, this is fine, and this is just the opposite. It even matters as to from where I'm actually moving it. Interesting. So mouse enter, this movement of this is insane. So it matters exactly from where I'm actually moving the mouse. Mouse enter, we get this rect. This rect returns us the, let me see if the value of this changes. So not like this. X and y it changes, that is okay, but the width 254, 815, 831, 540, it remains the same. The value actually changes, x and y. It sort of remains the same. So if it is the same, so we are using rect instead of depending on this this returns me what? When it comes to some menu x and some menu this, that should rather be sub menu should be on the rect dot right side and rect dot top side, sub menu y. Interesting. So rect dot right gives me x plus width, right? Rect plus rect dot right gives me x plus width, and rect dot top means y plus height. So if I hover over something, so rect dot right means how far that is from the uh, left side. So we get this, and it actually includes the width. So rect dot right, so x is gonna be what, the starting point of that. X is gonna be the starting point. It depends on x starting point. Yeah, in that case what should it depend on? It should come on, you think. Sub menu x and sub menu y. Alrighty, coming back to this one. So let's talk about this one first of all. So we have it 31, that's the right. 557 plus 254, that's gonna be 831, that is right. And then similarly we have it 15. So because the value of y is what, it actually changes. So when we move from it never changes, it sort of always remains the same. So we have 815, 577, 815, that's the starting point of that particular rate, so no problem as such. 254, 815, 831, 577, 48, 55, that's fine. This is okay. So ultimately rect dot right and rect dot top, it actually gives me the current starting coordinates that should actually be for the what, it should actually be for the sub menu. But then there's a condition, that is if sub menu goes off the right edge, flip it to the left side. So your ideally is gonna be on the right side, and if it is goes, then we are gonna flip. So how are we flipping it? Sub menu plus sub menu x, okay, plus sub menu width. Rect dot right gives me what, x plus width. I'm passing the event. What kind of event that is? That event mainly belongs to the sub menu section, not just menu section, and hence I'm gonna be getting the menu element. Hence I'll have the sub menu x and sub menu y over here. That's gonna be actually on the right side. That is fine. And if it actually goes so x, we have sub menu width, some menu width, that is okay because that's gonna be there. So some menu width, if it is greater than these two things, if they are greater than window minus padding, so if it goes more than that, so in that case some menu x is gonna be rect left minus some menu minus this. This is fine, it works. Let's take out this one. So if some menu plus menu height goes greater than this, then we have it like this initially, If it goes greater, then max of padding, that is fine. Some menu y is gonna be window height minus some menu like this. So window height minus some menu height, y we are talking about, right? Window height minus some menu height minus padding some menu y plus some menu height, that will definitely be greater. So in that case, if that is greater, the window minus some menu height minus padding is fine, and minus some menu height, so whatever coordinate I get, that's gonna be for the y. Now once it comes to this, so we got some menu y, we are subtracting the some menu height again. By default it looks like this, so this is gonna be the y, but what I want is that the overall window height minus some menu height, so y should not be here. Come on, this is wrong, because it doesn't matter what I do. Now why it changes, why this moves upwards, that simply means the value of y is changing. Oh come on, you got to be kidding me. So first of all, let's do one thing. Let me ask it to fix this if it can. That would be better. Let's see what it can actually do. Can you fix this? Your position some menu before it's actually rendered or measured in the align special case. Some menu height is the hack that will break the different viewport sizes. A more robust version is gonna be this. So we are passing the item, menu item, and once we are passing the menu item, some menu ref item rect event current get boundings. Once we got that, menu width is gonna be this, that is fine as well. X is gonna be item dot rect dot right, and this. So item rect right means the x coordinate for that, and plus I'm not sure if it will work. Let's see. I'm gonna check the result first of all. Yeah, it doesn't seem to be working that well. Default to the right, aligned with the hovered item. Flip horizontally if overflow. So this is how we do it. Climb vertically to the viewport. So if the y that we have, y is what? Item rect dot top. What is the item over here? The item is the some menu. So okay, let's see this item rect in here. X is 610, y is 575. So open to the right, aligned with the hovered item. So it's gonna be aligned with the hovered item. Item rect. What is the item? Event dot current target. Okay, that's fine. So that's the hovered item. Item rect, that is okay. And once this is so we have this, we have the x and we have the y, and after that we are just simply horizontally flipping it. This is the important part. So if y plus some menu height, it is greater than viewport height that we have minus padding, in that case y is gonna be viewport height minus some menu height minus this. If padding is less than padding, then y is gonna be padding. Viewport height, if y plus some menu is greater than the viewport height, and that is in that case viewport height minus padding, that is also fine. If it goes more than that, so the value of y is gonna be viewport height, that is okay, minus some menu height minus padding. This should be fine. Some menu position, so the sub menu position is actually gonna be set, and set open menu item dot label. This should be alright here, but this is not. Let's reload the page. The y is not getting triggered. I think this is not running right now. Let's have a look. CLD change as expected. So this is something that's not even running. Changing y in this case, insane. So the value of the y actually changes here. This is fine. So change order just simply changes this. Align, it's not getting changed. So is it dependent on some menu height? Let me check the values as well. Time to log y is gonna be y plus some menu height, and window is gonna be viewport height minus padding. So we have this, let me see what happens here. So y is 741, that is in window is 749. So the real y is 731 and check becomes 741, just increased by 10. Why? And 691 check becomes 1030. That is good. That it should not be actually getting called here. Coming back to this one, 473, 483. Change order. What's wrong with this? So ultimately, when it comes to this, so the width why, let's get the height as well. So menu height, that is such a bad thing. Height is 10. Height is still 10. $170. So the height depends on something. Yeah, so height also depends on something interesting. Event dot current target, this item that we are actually getting, then we are calculating the height, and that's the offset. Current, so the sum menu width that we are actually getting, the height actually changes. In that case, inner offset. Why does the height changes? So some menu height, this. Why does some menu height changes as we move back to the same element? The same menu reports completely different heights. That should never happen if you are measuring the same DOM element in the same state. This almost always means that you are measuring the element while it's transitioning between different render states. Most likely causes you are using a single submenu for only one element ends up assigned to some menu current, usually the last rendered one. So when hovering copy paste, the sub menu isn't open yet, then you are measuring before Interesting. Let me see what this says regarding this one. No, 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 no. I think I found the problem. Looking at your code, the measurement itself is fine. The order is not. What the hell? Some menu width, some menu height, and then at this point, some menu ref still contains the previous some menu. So hover, copy, paste contains the previous embed some menu, hide this, then React renders copy paste the hide becomes this overline. Before React updates some menu still hide this. Okay, that's fine. Verify it using this, that's okay, no need to just simply verify it as a menu label and all. I expect something like this, copy paste the line which close your design. Proper solution can be what? Calculate some menu x and y, request animation frame, some menu position, and that some menu position is use layout effects runs after React updates the DOM but before the browser paints, so you will always measure the correct sub menu. It runs after React updates the DOM but before the browser paints. Interesting. This is the first one, and the second one is the using request animation frame. So handle mouse enter request animation frame, and request animation frame runs before anything else, so this may do the job as well, but again the calculation is not quite being done. Okay, let me do one thing. Handle mouse enter, fix this, and let's see. It is actually using request animation frame, and let's see whether this fixes it or not. Request animation frame. It doesn't seem to be working. I'm missing something. This value still changes, right? still the same. Let's see whether it will be able to resolve or not. Otherwise we'll have to log the things and all. The fact is that you are still saying this means the problem is not the request and is looking at your comment. I notice something more important. You always render some menu. That is right. When open menu changes, React has not necessarily committed the new children by the time you are measuring. So more importantly, your measurement is happening inside the same event changes. So first thing I'd change is the open some menu. This with this. The better architecture could be event.current target set menu open. Item.label set menu open. This guarantees the DOM had already updated before you measure. I suspect there's an even simpler issue. Can you show me exactly where you are doing let's see. Let's check this thing out. I think the ICB actual bug, it's not timing, it's your on mouse leave. So handle mouse leave, and we are setting open some menu to null. So whenever you move from a menu item towards the sub menu, you first leave the menu item. That immediately executes a set open menu null, and the sub menu becomes empty. Sub menu becomes empty. So menu dot find items open sub menu. It's gonna become this. An empty sub menu still has border padding, and also its height becomes about 10 pixels. Then you hover another menu item, React fills it again. That exactly matches your logs. Verify this. Okay, that is right. You'll probably see dozens of this every time you move. Don't close the sub menu when you are leaving a single menu item. Instead, close it when leaving the entire menu container. So leaving the entire menu container, that makes sense. Or even better, only close when the mouse has left both the menu and the sub menu. That can be actually at the top of it. And then this is let's see, that makes sense, but we'll have to check that if there is actually something that's happening here. So whenever we are handling mouse leave, so this handle mouse leave is actually getting called in here instead of having it here. What if I have it here? I'll know, I'll have to just log everything exactly what's causing this, because this way it's never gonna be fixed. I'll just simply keep guessing and will not reach any conclusion. Okay, we'll have to figure it out. Well, just a sec. It's already been 50 minutes. Let's figure out the bug first of all. Even, come on, I'm just simply adjusting myself now. So coming back to this, first of all, this is fine, but first of all, we have to check why the whenever we enter the mouse and leave the mouse, at that time what happens? Set open sub menu becomes this, and as for this set open null on mouse leave, handle mouse leave, this is just used here. So apart from this particular place, this hasn't really been used anywhere else. This is the first thing. And the second thing is that we are just simply rendering these things just like this. That is fine. Apart from this particular thing, this is the sub menu section. It is hidden but not removed, so it should ideally be working, but this is something that we are handling. So menu items, find item label, open sub menus. So the menu related to that particular sub menu, open sub menu. When it comes to sub menu, that can actually be the, what can be the value of the sub menu. So whenever we enter set sub menu position, but we are never setting the sub menu. Where are we setting that? Set sub menu, not this. So handle mouse enter, so at that time it's just being set. Okay, so whenever the mouse enters, at that time we set this handle mouse enter. Whenever the mouse enters, we set the sub menu item dot label. Then it will re-render. Request animation frame padding, all these things are sort of fine. So what can I do? Render the correct sub menu first and then do this. So ultimately the sub menu height that's changing. The width always remains the same, the height is actually changing, and if the height is changing, that simply means sub menu current ref, that's the different one. So whenever the mouse enters, some menu ref, where we are just simply setting the value of it, just at this place. Selection menu ref, And what are we using back there? We are using some menu ref. So where is the value of this being set? We are never really setting the value. Some menu ref is directly assigned there. When it is directly assigned, so it is directly assigned to what? To this. So when we try getting this, so we'll get the width and height, and the width and height they are changing. Well, getting a call, just a minute. So ultimately, some menu is just a div, and inside that there are a lot of elements, and based on what? Based on where I'm using mouse enter. Where am I using mouse enter? Based on where I'm actually using mouse enter, the value of this is actually being set. So render means on mouse enter, handle item, and this. So I'm calling it every time. At that time I'm passing the label. So once the label is actually passed, then set open some menu this. So this is actually gonna make it visible. Item dot label. But this itself changes. Means the item that I get, that changes over the time. Reload the page. First one we have align, then we have change shape, so we got change order earlier, and the sum menu height and width they were different. Then we came back again, and change order is still the same. Some menu are there, but the sum menu height and width it actually changes. Some menu height. A line earlier had 339 to 56, now it has 170. 170. Crazy bug. I'm actually gonna take a break. I'll work on it soon. Let me take a break for a while, for 5 to 10 minutes. After that, I'll be back, and then we'll just simply start working on. We'll start figuring this out. Interesting. Okay, I'm gonna be back soon.